So today, joining me from Athletes in Schools is Umar. Thanks for joining Golf Youth Sport. And it's obviously must be really exciting now. You've only recently been back training. Can you tell me a little bit about the feeling when you got back on track?
It was a nice surprise, to be honest. We just didn't know when we were going to be back, so it's nice to just have a definitive date. You can start back on this date. So for us, it's weird. We've been planning for so long, but it still kind of caught us a little bit off guard. And because the rules keep changing, it's like you plan for one thing and then it changes a little bit, and you have to replan. And every single time, especially with the new rules and regulations surrounding COVID, like we have to be extra safe and extra careful. So it's like a whole new planning process.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just happy more than anything. We're happy that we're back. We've been doing Zoom sessions for the last maybe like 130 days or something.
Yeah.
So it's good to actually see people and not just see them over a computer screen.
Yeah, because you had your virtual Great Britain athletics camps, which is obviously a new thing to have them virtually. How did they go doing them
Yeah.
over a computer screen?
Honestly, we had a really good turnout. There's loads of pros and cons of them. The obvious con is the fact that we can't physically be there, so there's only so much feedback that we can give the kids, the young athletes. But the pros are that we had so many international athletes contacting us and saying, look, we want to be part of this. So we hit different sports, different athletes from different sports, athletes that we even haven't worked with before. So we were able to introduce the kids and inspire the kids, and introduce them to role models who they wouldn't normally be able to have access to. So yeah, that side of it was really good, and it was a learning experience for us as well, because we don't know everything. So it's great to be around these international athletes. You can also like teach us a thing or two.
Yeah. And do you think it helped keeping up the kids' morale too, just to have something to look forward to and a bit of normality in a way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think for them, it's strange. They're all very excited just to see their friends, even if it was just over a computer screen. Just the couple of minutes we gave them at the end of every session where they got to talk to everyone in a group. I feel like they did a 49-minute session just for the last 10 minutes and 10, 11 minutes of talking to their mates. So yeah, it was. I think it was great. I think it went exactly how we wanted it to go, and it's something which I think we will continue moving forward. I think that there's no reason why once a week, twice a week, even we can't have that option available to some of these kids, because there's no reason. I mean, a lot of them have gardens. They have space to be able to do this kind of stuff. So there's no reason why virtual training can't be a part of normality now.
Do you think it's potentially like this, the COVID and a lot of stuff going online has potentially changed a bit of sport training for good and maybe permanently?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's made people realize that they can actually do anything they put their mind to, and it doesn't take much space. All it takes is a mindset. As long as your mindset's right, then yeah, you can pretty much train from anywhere. I mean, we as coaches, we found it difficult slightly because we're so used to being active and being out there and coaching others, but then also coaching ourselves and training ourselves. So for us to all of a sudden have to do press-ups and sit-ups all day, we had to think outside the box, and we did loads of research. And yes, it was great for us as well to just get loads of new activities on the books. So yeah, they're the things that we definitely use now. So it's an educational experience in a funny way.
Yeah. And I guess obviously you had to wait that little bit longer because you use schools to train at. Was it just that feeling of anticipation for when you'd be allowed to be back on the track when it was kind of slowly opening?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we had no idea when we were going to be back, and we were quite honest with parents about that. And we did say to them that, look, we're very fortunate in many ways that we've got these incredible partnerships with great companies that allow us to use all these school facilities, and we're working so closely with so many schools. But who'd have thought in a million years that all the schools would shut down? Definitely not us. So it's not something we really planned for. But yeah, I think as I said, the online sessions, we just literally went online and took everything online. And this, we're not talking like 1 or 2 hours. We did, I think, all in all, it was like close to 250 hours worth of online content. So we really got stuck in.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys were probably on the front foot very, very early on. You already started with your Instagram stories with just simple kind of things to get kids moving straight off the bat, which is
Yeah, absolutely. So we did 100 days of spring fitness challenge, which were just daily challenges, like 3 challenges a day that the kids could do and record. And we've actually given prizes away for those as well, because there was quite a few kids who actually managed to do like over 90 days, which is a great achievement in itself. And then alongside that, we did loads of sports days for different schools. We worked with quite a few different gem schools, and we just basically went Instagram live for them and did bits for them. And then we obviously worked with the Ministry of Education as well and did their sports day for them, which was an incredible turnout. I think it was something like 46,000 people logging online to view the sessions. So yeah, we just tried, we tried to do everything we could to just continue inspiring the kids. I suppose that's all we could do. So there's no shortage of hard work from our side.
Yeah. Do you think it's all paid off, and do you think it's shown now that the kids are back that they've kept up their fitness?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've just restarted our sessions, and we're running a 6-week academy, so indoor athletics academy at Dubai American Academy, and we've had such good turnout, even though we have to stick to the regulations. Although the regulations have recently changed again, allowing us to have a few more kids. But we've had over, I think there's close to 130 kids at the moment that have signed up to attend over the 6 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic. It's great to have them back. I think that the hardest job for us now is to just make sure that we stick to the regulations and that we are safe at all times. So I think that's where all our emphasis is at the moment. And we know we can do the coaching. We've been designing these programs for the last 3 months. So we're good with that. It's more just making sure that we can now do everything safely. Yeah. So that's the goal now.
Yeah, and it's obviously been a bit of a different time for the coaches and a completely different coaching methods. And I mean, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your own background, as well as maybe some of the other coaches that you've got, and what their backgrounds are in athletics?
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is, again, track and field athletics. Is mainly sprinting. So I started off with multi-events, and then went on to sprinting in, around about 2007, I think. So it was a long time ago. And yeah, I love athletics. I've been doing it ever since, and I've competed internationally. I've represented my country. I've competed at international competitions, Asian Games, for example, World Indoor Championships. So I've got a lot of experience, and I think more than the experience, I think what's really important is I enjoy learning about athletics. So I'm constantly trying to update my my knowledge book on what's new and what can be done. And the great thing about what we've got going here with AIS Athletics is all the other coaches are the same. So when we started this, we had a very strict policy that we only wanted athletics coaches that A, are qualified, and B, have been there and done that. They've got the t-shirt, and they know what it's like to compete at an international level, because we feel that half the battle is just inspiring the kids. And to inspire the kids, you need somebody who can actually demonstrate an activity, and you can see them do it and go, wow, okay, that's how I want to do it. And from my experience of doing this, we've done this in the UK, and we've obviously started it here as well. From my experience, I feel that kids react better to that when they have these role models. So yeah, we've got other coaches. We've got Talal, who's absolute gem. Honestly, he's a UAE national sprinter, and again, very, very educated guy, and he knows sport inside out. And between me and him, like we sit and we talk for hours about what can we do to be different, and what new skills can we teach the kids, because again, it's bigger than athletics. It's not just athletics. It's not even just sport. It's education. So it's about teaching them transferable skills which they can use in life. And we use athletics as almost like a medium to do that. But there's as long as these guys are focused and dedicated, whatever they put their mind to, that's our goal really, and that's why we really try and just inspire them, and more than anything to just basically inspire them to do what they want to do to the best of their ability.
And obviously, you did reach the elite level and represented your country. Can you tell us a little bit about what your own maybe young journey was like when you were kind of like one of the kids that you're coaching now? What was that like for you?
Honestly, I've compared to most athletes, I feel like I've had quite a smooth ride. I'll be the first to hold my hands up and say, like, I wasn't the most talented. I wasn't the most talented kid, but I just had a love for the sport, and I turned up to training even when I wasn't supposed to turn up to training, just to run, just to jump, just to throw. And I feel like, I suppose I learned the hard way in many ways, because I was so focused on so many different things that I never really focused on one thing until I got a little bit older, until it was the coaches that inspired me and saw my potential and said, well, actually, why don't you stop jumping, because you're a lot stronger at the sprints, and why don't you consider taking this a little bit more seriously? Yeah. So for me, that's essentially what I did. I took their advice. And I'll never forget, it was one of my old coaches. He was the old England rugby coach at the time, and he was also the old England athletics coach. We're talking, he was about 85. He was fairly old, and this is 85 back in 2008. And the amount he taught me was just incredible. And he was the guy who inspired me to start all this. Yeah. He passed away in 2014, maybe. But yeah, he was the guy who kind of made me realize that, you know what, as long as you work hard, as long as you educate yourself, anything is possible. And there's a million ways around the hurdles. So yeah, I did go to all the international competitions, and I got there, and I tried to stay as injury free as possible. And for me, I did have to concentrate on the smaller things: the diet, the nutrition aspect, the going to bed on time aspect, which a lot of incredibly talented athletes maybe don't have to focus on as much. But yeah, again, I'd say I was never the most, even competing at an international level. Yes, I was good enough to get there and compete there. And yeah, I've like won a national championship. And I've medaled at an international competition, but yeah, for me, it's just the hard work. It's enjoying the sport and just continuing to work hard. And as I said, as long as we can pass that on to the kids, then we're happy.
Yeah, no, that's a really nice positive outlook to have. And I guess we are getting a bit more positive too. I mean, we could have events back in August or so. And I guess, what are you most looking forward to from your own coaching perspective, but as well as maybe in the broader world of sport? What are you most looking forward to in the next 6 months, a year?
Okay, so the next thing from our side, one thing which we've decided to do is we're relaunching our scholarships and funding platforms. I think it's very important during this time, and if it's taught me anything, it's just that we're all in it together, and that there are people that are far less fortunate than us. So for us, one of the things we're doing is we're giving scholarships to kids who are exceptionally talented, but we're also giving scholarships to kids who who put in the effort. And then we've also got a hardship fund, which we're in the process. We've already launched it, but we're just kind of tweaking it a little bit. And that is literally just going to give kids the opportunity to participate in sport. Because parents may have lost jobs during COVID, and sport may not be the priority. But health and fitness for us definitely is. So yeah, we're trying to give back as much as we can. And again, that's all we can do for now. Long term, what are we looking forward to? It's the Olympics next year. We work with a lot of international athletes who, fortunately, Dubai Sports Council have been really good to us, and they allow us to bring these guys over. So we're looking forward to continue bringing these people over to continue inspiring kids. And post pre-Olympics as well, you'll find a lot of them are going to be coming over here to do training camps. So it'll be interesting just to be around them and to be around that elite mindset as well, which I love. I love the coaching and the grassroots athletics, but I also love the very competitive elite mindset of being around these champions. So yeah, that's what I'm personally looking forward to.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for joining us on
Yep.
Golf Youth Sporting. I really appreciate you having a chat about the last 3 months, and hope the next 6 months are a really good, positive time for you guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, I'm sure I will keep you posted and keep you updated with everything.